Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I've got some great news for AMC, and that's that institutions have been loading the boat and buying more AMC stock, even as high as $70 a share. Trust me guys, you do not want to miss this video, so stay tuned and let's make some money. But guys, before I dive into the video, I just want to give a massive shout out to the 2,900 of you that have currently dinged that notification bell, because you guys are always the first to watch a new video as soon as it's released. So guys, be sure to drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell if you haven't already so that you don't miss another video just like this one. And now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So, breaking news. BlackRock and Charles Schwab make massive increases in their AMC position at the $40 range. 2 million shares this week alone, coincidentally before the share count release. 13F filing in the comments. Now guys, I will digest and go through this 13F filing, but I do want to clarify that it isn't 2 million shares bought this week alone, because remember that 13F filings are made 45 days after the quarter end. That means the shares were purchased sometime between March and June, and the filing has been made sometime in July. Breaking. As of 2:30 PM EST on the 29th of July, Charles Schwab, Fidelity Investments and BlackRock all made massive increases in their AMC stock position, all within the same hour. Clearly they saw what I and the rest of the Reddit crowd saw. It's a huge opportunity to accrue a tremendous amount of wealth. All because of naked short selling, synthetics and a hubris of cocky hedge fund guys. This short squeeze is arguably bigger than the Volkswagen one a few years back. One analyst called it the largest transfer of wealth in human history. What an incredible statement. We'll be buying more. Poor Citadel is the bag holder. So guys, let's go through that 13F filing. Now I already updated you on the 229,000 shares that were purchased by the State of New Jersey Pension Fund. But who else has been loading up on shares? But if we have a look here, the BlackRock Small Cap Fund just added another 448,000 shares. With a huge position value of $11.72 million, that means BlackRock bought these additional shares around $26 a share. We can also see Charles Schwab are still holding some of their giant positions. 183,000 shares here, 1.4, nearly 1.5 million shares here, and 707,000 shares there. That means that Charles Schwab haven't sold any of their shares. Even when AMC ran up to $70, they didn't sell a single share. They diamond-handed. We've also got some giant adds and giant holds here as well. 58,000 shares being held, 101,000 shares being added, 179,000 shares being held, 75, 93, 28, 68,000 shares being added. Some huge positions that have either been added to or just not sold, even when AMC ran up to past $70. Yet again, we've got DuPont adding another 22,000 shares, a small cap equity fund holding their 17,000 shares, and an ETF holding their 74,000 shares that haven't been sold. Guys, if you're getting nervous here around the $30, $40 mark and you're worried and thinking about selling your AMC shares, just know that these institutions are holding their shares and even adding to their positions, and they didn't sell a single share when AMC went to $70, and they're most certainly not selling now. We also have an absolutely outstanding update from Fidelity. This is the way. More people signed up for Fidelity this month alone than all of 2020 combined. I spoke to a rep yesterday from Fidelity and they said they'd had more people create accounts this month than the whole of 2020 year combined. Everyone is migrating off of Webull and Robinhood that their employees can't even keep up with the demand. Again, that is absolutely great stuff because Fidelity route all of their transactions directly to the New York Stock Exchange and don't sell their order flow to Citadel, who just throw it through the dark pool. Yes, this comment does make a very good point about updating their trading platform because it's very outdated, but that is the only downside to Fidelity. It's not the most user-friendly. But, more importantly, they do route their orders directly to the New York Stock Exchange. Guys, as I said in my video yesterday, I don't necessarily think it's payment for order flow that is the problem. Yes, it's not necessarily the best and maybe not ethical because it incentivizes trading platforms to sell their order flow to market makers that aren't necessarily offering the best price. But not necessarily not getting the best price and paying a few pence more for each share isn't really the problem. The problem is more that these orders are going to market makers that route these transactions through the dark pool. Or even worse, it's going to market makers that don't even route it through a dark pool, they route it through a non-ATS like Citadel Connect that doesn't even report transaction data to FINRA. Therefore, these transactions never even really impact on the lit exchange price because they just disappear into a non-ATS that doesn't report. What we want to be doing is continuing to support Fidelity because they route all of their transactions directly to the New York Stock Exchange and directly to the lit exchange so that your buy orders impact the actual exchange price. If we can continue the focus on suspending and banning dark pools, it will ultimately improve the chances of the short squeeze, as the market makers and the hedge funds will have no other option because all of our orders will be going directly to the exchange. If all of our orders are going directly to the exchange, the market makers and the hedge funds won't have any transactions to play around with in the dark pool, because nothing will be going into the dark pool, as no transactions from the trading platforms will be fed to market makers and therefore into the dark pools. Finally, we've got an updated AMC shareholder meeting recap with also some great news. Adam Aron says he's closely monitoring the alleged activities regarding AMC and that his team are on top of it. The directors were elected as expected, Ernst & Young were approved as the company's auditors, the advisory vote on executive compensation was approved, and finally, there's a share recount incoming. Again, that is absolutely great news because AMC are going to count exactly how many shares there are out in the market right now and exactly how many shareholders there are. If hedge funds have been shorting synthetic shares and selling those synthetic shorts onto us, and therefore we're the ones holding synthetic shares, AMC and Adam Aron are going to know about it because they're going to count each and every one of them. Hopefully the share recount will happen soon and we'll have an announcement of exactly how many AMC shares are floating around there in the market right now, potentially uncovering all of those synthetic short positions. Guys, be sure to let me know down in the comments below what you think about these giant institutions adding to their positions and buying more AMC. Does that calm your nerves a little? And if you want to pick up some shares in AMC, but you haven't even yet signed up to a trading platform, be sure to sign up with Fidelity. Support Fidelity. They route their orders directly through the New York Stock Exchange, and they don't sell their order flow to Citadel, who put it through the dark pool. Basically, guys, don't use platforms like Webull or Robinhood because they do sell their order flow to market makers like Citadel, who put it through the dark pool. Although saying that, Webull are an excellent beginner investment platform. They've got great charting, they've got news, company fundamentals and figures, and option order flow. They've got it all. So if you do also want to buy some other stocks like Apple, Tesla, Amazon or Netflix, where orders going through the dark pool doesn't really matter. So therefore, if you do want to sign up with Webull, be sure to use my link down in the description below to get some free shares. Or if you're from the UK, again, be sure to sign up with Free Trade, linked in the description below, to get some free shares because they also don't sell their order flow. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of my others. Alternatively, subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.